to order.
Okay, we are calling the Keizer Public Arts Commission to order, and it is 6 o'clock. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the June minutes.
I would move to approve. A second.
It is moved and seconded that to approve the June minutes. The next,
Wait, all those in favor?
oh,
Yeah, I second it, sorry.
all those in favor? Say
Aye.
All those opposed?
Great.
Great. Third on the item is appearance of interested citizens,
And I have
and we have lots tonight.
some. Wow.
Yes. First on the list is Tammy Kuntz. Do you want to come up to the microphone there?
What is wrong with this chair, and whose chair is it?
Shanice.
Yes. I know, I've got a slippery Spidey on.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Tammy Kunz. I'm with Greater Northeast Keizer Neighborhood Association, and we live in Keizer.
I'm Jacqueline Green. I'm Greater Northeast Keizer Neighborhood Association. I live in Keizer.
Could you please speak into the microphone more? I'm sorry.
My name's Jacqueline Green. I live in Keizer, Oregon. I'm from Greater Northeast Keizer Neighborhood Association.
Okay, so Dawn, the email I sent you, did everybody get it? Because I did not see it with the packet.
We have a Tammy Wild.
Okay.
No, we don't have anything else, Tammy.
All right, so I sent Dawn an email a couple of days ago, which is probably why you don't have it now. The neighborhood associations and Kennedy Elementary School boundaries would like to start putting art in our parks. We specifically have Claggett Creek Park, Northview Terrace Park, and Chalmers Jones Park. And we want to talk to you guys about art panels so that we can utilize our art in our community. We have an art contest going on right now to design the panels, but we want to partner with you guys because this is kind of what you do. I'm kind of an amateur at this part. So we wanted to be able to partner with you in making that happen. That's number one. Number two is the skate park. We've been talking to some of the kids who utilize the skate park, and they would like to design the skate park. They want to design the art. They're willing to submit it to you guys for approval, as well as city council, but they want to make it pretty or artsy or whatever. To be able to do that would help us engage with that side of the community a little bit better, and I think it would help build some better engagements with our community. Number three, I don't know what the ordinance is. I know what Salem's ordinance is for art panels. And here, I'll let you run those over to Dawn real quick. I will let Dawn pass those up to you. But you will get them in your email. Those are art panels that were done for Hallman Northgate Park in Salem. And it's pretty amazing to see some of the artwork. They were designed by the community. They were put together by the community. They got support from Salem in order to make that happen. I want to do the same thing with street art to use it as calming devices. Flashing beacons are great, but if we can add some color and some design and ways of using street art to be able to slow traffic, that would be an added blessing and certainly help me not be in front of Tammy back here so often, which I'm sure she would appreciate as well. It builds strength with the communities. I think it'll help help build more engagement within our communities. It'll help build architectural, geographical, social, cultural, historical references through the sites that the art is chosen from. We've asked people to send in their designs for what they see around Keizer and what they see in Oregon that they would like to have displayed so that it's Oregon-based. We don't want something from Idaho, Utah, Arizona. We want Oregon to be represented in all different aspects. And that's what I've got for you.
Well, thank you very much. That's wonderful, and we really appreciate you bringing this to us and doing all the footwork.
So which park was it, Tam?
We have Claggett Creek Park,
They
North.
have fences?
Huh?
So this is a
Yes,
mural.
we have a wood fence that we
On-
could attach it to at Claggett Creek Park, Northview Park. I haven't looked at this one out here for a wood fence. I think they're all metal, but we could figure out how to attach it to a fence or just have it standing periodically throughout.
So,
Have you also visited Hoodview Park?
No.
Hoodview Park is spectacular. That mural, I want to say, runs 140 feet.
Wow.
No kidding. And it was a community effort. It was Bridget Miller, who also did the mural in the museum. She did the Big Move mural. And
Oh, okay.
she organized that, and she started it, and she started building it, and then the entire community would come. She would draw it out, and then individuals would paint for it. So it was 100% community driven. But here's my question. I'm not positive if this is in our purview. I don't know, and I'm glad, Tammy, your parks, right? Oh, Lisa's parks.
Lisa's Parks.
Okay, sorry.
Tammy's Traffic.
I think you need to get double permission. I think parks need to say, yes, we want murals in parks. And I'm with you. I would support you
Lisa's
on that.
on my agenda for next month.
Great. I would support you in that because I am a believer, and there are statistics that show if you paint these murals, they won't get tagged.
Exactly.
So it will contribute to our graffiti problem. So
Right.
I'm all in, and I would support you on that. Now, once Park says, yes, we welcome all murals, then if the neighborhood association wants to take this on as a project, which I hope you do, I think that's
We do.
great. Then all you have to do is bring to us subject matter. And we just have to approve subject matter. So we would
Okay.
look at these and say, yep, that meets it, yep, that meets it. And it has to be, I know you're aware of this, family friendly. We can't have any naked bowlers. You know,
Right.
it has to be something, and I love your idea that it is icons and symbols and views of what we would see in Keizer. I love that idea. So that's all we would approve is the content.
Okay.
So do you think I'm right, Dawn? Yeah. So Parks has to say, yes, we want your murals. We have to say, yes, we accept this art. And then this goes to, wait, you know what? Because that's art placed, the Parks Board has to say yes. Then it comes to City Council to say, that's a place where art can be placed, and then we choose content. Yeah, it's government, so there's nothing easy.
do we
didn't
support
expect it
purchase
to.
of paint or anything?
I mean, absolutely,
Oh,
that
okay.
would be up to our committee. We could furnish paint, we could do all kinds of, and we have a budget.
Right.
So we could help with all that.
So do you have the same thoughts when it comes to the street art, using it as calming devices?
I will tell you, that has been brought to us before by Counselor Starr, and we were not opposed to it. It just was not a priority, and it's not in our master plan. Murals are in our master plan. So we have to.
But it's still a mural, it's just on a street instead of a wall.
Okay, but we would have to add that to the master plan. So that's a lengthier process. This is, even though it sounds arduous, it's really quite a quick process, Tam. Just
Okay.
get approval from Parks, get the city council to say, yes, we accept the Parks recommendation of murals in parks, and then work with your folks and get the images in front of us and let us approve the images and ask us for supplies. When
Perfect.
you bring those to us for approval, ask us for supplies, and we could give you the supplies for that. I love this project, Tammy. I'm all in. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Thank you.
That's just my opinion.
Any other questions, anybody?
No, I was just going to say, what would be helpful is just to have on a piece of paper, like all the parks, and then the dimensions of what you're thinking to present that to the park, and then we could look at that too.
And do you know where Hoodview is? Go up there and look at it.
Okay.
It'll blow your socks off. It's right across the street from the PGE, right off of Portland Road.
Yep.
It's the weirdest spot ever, and they were tagged to death because they have wooden fences on 3 sides. And so Bridget just got angry and started painting the fences, and voila.
Took care of the problem.
Fun, huh?
We need to do that around all of Keizer. No, Dawn will send you an email with those
Just go back
attached.
to you then?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. And I've written Hoodview on there.
Okay, perfect.
There you go.
Thank you to you both.
So exciting.
Next on our, I don't need to do anything. Okay, next on our list is Tammy Saldiva.
Okay, this is so funny. We have 3 Tammys here tonight.
The stars are aligned.
It's like Tammy night. What are the chances of that ever happening?
We're multiplying.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the heads up.
Tammy Saldivar, Keizer. I am here, perfect timing, to get the ball rolling on a street art program. We have to build a program within Keizer. I don't think it's going to be as simple as you just discussed with the murals, because there's going to have to be a lot more control over how that happens, and then because of the safety aspects and so on and so forth. So what brings me here today is I feel like there's been many smaller discussions around the city regarding this, and my interest, of course, is traffic and pedestrian safety. So what role would this committee have in that program? I met with Salem. They were doing 2 weeks ago, or 4th of July weekend, putting the mural down. So I went out and I met with them to see what it was, like how this worked, what were the ins and
Are you
outs.
talking about the murals on the ground?
Yes,
Okay,
street art, yes.
okay. That's what you mean by street art. Oh, I thought you meant like
Graffiti,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, yes, that. So the painting's on the ground. So I went out and I met with them just to understand what it entailed. And because there's like, the traffic components and shutting down roads and
Yeah.
so on, there's going to be a lot more needs of a program itself. And what I learned is at this point, it's under the Public Works Department, but then moving forward, it's going to become an arts program. And that's why I thought you were the first meeting on the calendar since I met with them. And so I thought I'd start here and ask. And Hirsch Sangster is working with me on developing this. He just couldn't attend here tonight with me, so you'll be hearing from us more on that. But what role, and I don't need an answer at this moment, but what role do you want as the city committee
So,
in this
again,
program?
What has to happen is if you would outline what program you're proposing, that would be muy helpful to us. Because then we can consider that and say, well, should this be an amendment to our master plan? And I think we're all in favor of adding this, we just haven't done it yet.
Well, what would it be in your master plan?
I'm sorry?
What would it be in your master plan? What role will you have?
It has to be, the master plan is the plan for art, public art in the city. Right now, we don't have a plan for that. It's not in there. And so if you develop a program and you bring it to us and we say, yes, we like this, we think this should be in the master plan, we then make a recommendation to the city council. City council will usually, they've never turned us down before. They will say, yes, we like the idea, and I know Shaney Star is a fan of this. So then they approve it, it's now in the master plan. The next step then
Public Works.
is to, well, not,
Oh.
well, I don't know.
Oh, Sorry to interrupt.
I don't know if it's gonna be Public Works. The next plan is, plan your first one, where's it gonna be? And once you decide where that first one is gonna be, are you, traffic safety people, gonna take control of this project?
No, that's what I'm saying, is I'm just helping to develop it for the city. It's a city-owned program.
Then
I'm
that-
just
then
helping get the ball
Somebody
rolling.
would have to take that on as a project, and maybe the neighborhood association will after they do the murals in the park, but that, I think that's, am I speaking out of turn? Or is that something you'd be interested in as well, Tammy one?
Well, on an individual basis, what you're describing makes sense to me, but as a program as a whole, like on the website, this
our
is, if you
role-
want this is what you will do.
Once all of those, once it's gotten into our master plan, then what we would do is wait for people to come forward to us and say, I want to put a street art on this location. Here's the design I have, and here's the way I'm going to implement that. And I want from you approval of design and any supplies.
Okay.
So then we would approve the design, we'd make a recommendation to city council, and they, no, we would not. That ends with us. They don't approve art, we do. So we approve the design.
That's what I needed to know, is who ultimately
We approve
owns
that.
it.
They
You will.
have that wall so that they don't have to take the heat when we put up silly cows, and some people love them and some people hate them.
So with what we're discussing here, what approvals does the city need to give? So Adam and his team, do they have to say yay or nay to the program as a whole? Or do we here build what we want and,
You build what you want, and then you bring it to us, and then we'll pick it apart or not. We might say, this is perfect, Tammy too. We will go with this, and then we will add it to our, we will seek permission to add it to our master plan, and the city council approves the master plan, and then they're out of it, Tammy.
okay.
And then all the design and the materials, they all come from us.
If you could have other people involved besides Hirsch, any other key players involved? As far as like, who's directing the artwork? I'm assuming somebody's going to be there when you actually do the production, like,
She's not gonna do any production. She's
Oh.
just gonna put a program together.
Right,
Okay.
and then I would count on the neighborhood associations to
oh, okay.
to streamline and I don't want to say control, but really lead those
Yeah.
efforts is
So
what.
you could get, like, you might have Valor Mentoring, they have a cadre of kids. They might want to do one. You might have Boy Scouts who wants to do one. I mean, there's a number of people who, once it's a program, and once we have guidelines, and once we know what we can hand them and say, sure, you want to do this program? Here you go. So, thank you, Tammy. Thank you for putting the program together. If you give us the program, we'll critique it, we'll add it to our master plan, city council will approve it, and then we'll wait for people to come forward and say, I want to do one of these.
So when I bring to you a program design, because I'm just going to be spitballing what I think would work for Keizer, you will take it to the city and pick it apart with them and come back with something that they will accept?
We'll pick it apart with us and we'll send it to city council, and then, yes, Kat will go and wear her flak jacket and
Okay.
defend it.
Okay, because,
Once we've picked it apart and say, this is what we want in our master plan, then we'll defend it.
excellent,
timeline.
okay. Because my thoughts go to, again, the street barricades and shutting down the roads and the permissions that are needed that surround that.
Be in the program, he said.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can
You're
just,
traffic safety, so just put it in there.
and okay, know that this has been very helpful. I'm glad I came here because this is what I needed to know as a starting point and who's spearheading this, and that's you.
Well, we're not, well,
You're gonna take the lead, I guess is my better way of wording it.
it's gonna be an art program. It's gonna be a public art program.
That's kind of what I was missing there. How are we going to classify it in Keizer?
Public art program. Where you don't have to pay to see art.
Now,
Basically, when you break it down to the nth degree, that's really what we're about.
It's going to be our mantra.
It's our mantra, where you get to see art and you don't have to pay for it.
now when it comes to funding, from my research with Salem at the folks that I spoke with, they said each one can be like $2,500. So I don't know what your budget is or what we can, how we need to restrict that. Because if every single neighborhood association decides they want to do one, that's not realistic.
Well, I'll tell you, so we get $6,000 a year. And this year, we had $3,000 left because we didn't have enough things to move forward. So we could have bought one of those this year.
Okay.
So maybe we buy one of those a year. And we're also we're in the process of wrapping utility boxes on River Road. In fact, they were supposed to be done. Is there any done? That was supposed to be
Not
done by
last night.
July 1. So we're gonna do 3 of those this year, and we'd like to do at least 2 of those a year. So if we march forward with utility boxes and we march forward with street art, eventually, we're gonna look great.
I love this plan.
Did Salem, one, what kind of materials did they use? And
Yeah.
two, did they give like a shelf life of how long those potentially last? Maintenance.
I can answer those questions. So the only prep work that was needed, this is one of the reasons I showed up there in person, is to understand what they had to do. The city would come through with a street sweeper and clean it up, which I'm not gonna ask our public works to do, because I know that's not,
But we could maybe get that donated, because it's Lawrence Sanitation, and they're super community-minded. And so it's Wheat LLC, which is a subsidiary of Lawrence Sanitation. So Tammy, it's very possible that they would do that for us just for the love of the city.
okay, this is great. I will probably, as I build this program, put in like suggestions such as that, and then you can work your magic and see if they're on board.
The name of the manager is Nick Dahl, D-A-H-L. And if you give Don your phone number, I'll text you his contact, and you can call him and say, this is what we're thinking of doing. This is like a once-a-year deal to clean an intersection. Do you think you could donate that for us? And Nick will say yes.
So what if there are more than one proposals per year? How do we,
Tell Nick that.
okay,
And, but I'm betting you that he would be willing to do that.
okay, excellent. Okay, so step one in my research was somebody street sweeps, word it that way. And then the day of, they just bring a leaf blower, and if there's something that happened to fall on there, they just clean it off that way. They never pressure wash, which is surprising. They did not. Now we can. I think if it was me in front of my house, let's say, I would probably pressure wash. But again, hooking up to someone's water in the area might be
Don't
a
they
little more
usually do them
involved.
on intersections, though?
Yes.
Tammy, one is nodding her head. Okay.
Right, and so, again, unless the person with the pressure washer lives in one of those 4 homes, they'd have to hook up to somebody's to get the water. So, anyway, that's sounds like it wasn't critical. It was something that's, potential. And then they primer a lot, from what I understand. So the neighborhood association that I talked to, and I don't remember what one that was, whatever one was just done. Grant, thank you. They were the first ones in Salem to do one, and that one they said is holding up quite well compared to the 3? I think there
I
was.
was just curious. I didn't know. I was real curious on how long that would last.
I think so far they're 3 years in, if I'm remembering correctly. And so, okay, backstory that I learned, they piled their money together as a neighborhood association to fund the first one they did, and it was successful, and it's still holding up quite well, she said. Then the city liked this, and so they put together whatever team they did, and now they have a funding source for these through the city that helps out the neighborhood associations. And so they actually got back paid for their efforts. And then the West Salem neighborhood association did theirs, which is not holding up as well, from what I understand. And so that's what led me to learn that she thinks it was all about the primer. Like if you prime a lot, it worked well.
Or I'm thinking Norris Paint that does, that does the striping. And I mean, why wouldn't we talk to the people who actually do the striping on asphalt and say, what paint do you use? And let's use that same paint. And oh, by the way, we have an opportunity for you to donate some of that paint.
What I'll do is ask Salem if they've gone down that road, since that, I didn't know
Doesn't
who's.
that seem like a no-brainer?
It does.
Heated, isn't it, or something?
No.
No, it's got,
No, they spray
they
it
spray it on, but it's got little glass beads in it to be reflective, and there's a lot of
And
components
not
to
all
it.
of them do. Just the white has the glass beads. The color doesn't.
Either way, that's different type of paint, and I don't know if they can, I will be happy to look into that. Although I suspect that since Salem is not using them as a source, because they went through, what's their, no, we have Sherwin-Williams, they have
Rada?
Nope. It's escaped me, although I can kind of picture the sign. Not a brand, but a
Oh,
company.
Home Depot.
No, 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 no.
Okay, I give up.
Yeah, it's one of their sources. I did not write that part down. Miller Paint.
Oh, Miller.
They use Miller Paint, and so they get a good deal. They don't donate. So I'd be happy to talk to our sources in town to see what they would be willing to provide.
It'd be great to put that in your proposal. Mm-hmm. Good for you for taking this on.
And so, yeah, I've been thinking about this for a while, but I've been busy with the NTMP instead. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, so the day of, they just come and they primer the day before, I think, and then come the next day and they paint it. And they say it holds up quite well, and you can pressure wash it every so often to keep it clean and shiny looking. Probably with the light pressure wash, but she said that that will help keep it clean and pretty, but it does wear off, like any paint, it's going to wear off. It's just inevitable. They don't seal it then? Nope, nope.
Really?
Nope.
That's so interesting, isn't it? Okay.
So, yes, I will be happy to
Have you
throw,
done any internet research yet?
I've looked up different articles, but as far as specifics to like buy this product, I have not done that because I just was seeing what we have locally and
Go into AI and ask it. I'm serious. Everything in the internet is supposed to be in that dang thing, so let's find it.
any other suggestions while I'm going down this road of building this program?
No?
Okay, well then Hirsch and I will work along with,
Great, I think bring it back, and then that'll spur us to say, what do you mean by this? Or, you know, and then we'll work together till we get something we like, and then we'll add it to the master plan and get the council to approve it.
excellent. Okay, so the only other thoughts that are needed, so paint, if Public Works can supply the barricades and give us permission to shut a street down, because those are parts that,
How long does it take to do it?
they do it in 2 days.
Okay, so we shut it down for 2 days, okay.
That's the way I understood it to be. And Salem has their own program online. If anyone wants to look at what I'm referring to, they have a really good program that's well-established and well-received, as I noticed. Yeah, that's all it is to it. And one of my thoughts were, in addition to the suggestions already on where the art comes from, is we wanted to work with McNary art students to see if they had wanted to provide ideas for around the city. So that ties to the murals, and I'm not leading that part of the effort, but that's a source of creativity that we may want to talk to them about.
If, like I said, if you give your number to Dawn,
Don, do you have it already? Yeah.
you'll send me that, and in there say McNary contacts, and, see, I've already forgotten, who else did you want? Oh, and Lauren Sanitation. I'll send you all those contacts. Because of Keizer Art Association, we put up McNary art every February, and so we've already got established relationship with the 3 art teachers, and that's hard to do.
This is why I'm here.
I know. We're all art all the time.
And then I have some new ideas of maybe the rec working with us on painters.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Okay, I will be back.
Great.
Thank you for giving me more than 5 minutes. The timer never was going, but I appreciate that.
I'm sorry, we're in the art community. There's timers.
Okay, thank you for your
Hey,
time.
Becca, we had a citizen who had a question.
Oh, nice.
Plan, great idea. I
Oh,
didn't,
wait, you have worked on one of these?
I did the block party for.
Oh, you did the party, but you didn't do,
My business was present, I was hired to go do the party, so I'm actually gonna be a grant that got postponed because it was too hot. So
Okay.
we were gonna do it August 6th. And then I did the Scan neighborhood block party when they installed their art last year.
but you haven't been involved with the art itself.
No.
Okay.
No, I've
Okay.
looked into it, but
Okay.
yeah, it's on track.
perfect. Well, this is perfect timing. See, the stars are aligned for more than just 3 Tammys. It's all of us art people.
Everybody loves art.
It's all coming
No
together.
such thing as too much art.
Great, thank you.
Tammy number 3.
Well, next we have Robert Becker
And Tammy number 3.
and Tammy. Okay, sorry, you guys aren't together.
That is so crazy. She gave us something. We had something.
Thank you.
Oh. Great.
I'm Robert Becker. I'm the manager of the Keizer Heritage Museum. You wanna introduce yourself?
I'm Tammy Wild, volunteer historian and researcher.
Both from Keizer, or your
Keizer.
other location? Okay.
Keizer Heritage Museum, yes. Tammy is our resident historian that I like to think of her as. In 2023, we were awarded for the first time what they call the Capital Gateway Exhibit Project. You can correct me if that's not quite accurate.
History Gateway.
Capital History Gateway. And what this is we were allowed to design an exhibit and put in the state capitol. And that was supposed to go in 2025. And a virtual version should go on hopefully by the end of this month. However, with the renovations at the Capitol, that has now been delayed till sometime in 2026. And as we were going through this, we thought that, well, why can't we display it sooner? And why can't we display it at the Civic Center? So we're here to make a recommendation to this committee that we put this exhibit on, and I'll let Tammy go over more details of what the exhibit is because she's the lead in the project. Hopefully over the holiday season. I'm not here to ask for any specific dates, but just a general holiday season.
And why holiday season?
Thought that was a really good time. Why not? Yeah,
But could you put it up sooner if we decided this is a great idea, and why not put it up like tomorrow?
I couldn't put up tomorrow.
I mean,
We could look at that. I mean, there's nothing preventing us from doing that, but we would need a little more lead time. But that's our proposal, and I'm going to pass it off to Tammy here, and she's going to kind of give more details on what the project actually entails. So there you go.
Yes, and first off, talking about the time, because we had discussed November is a key month for the Keizer family and the city of Keizer, because the vote to become a city was in November. And the Keizers came here on the Oregon Trail and settled in November. And both Thomas Dove and Mary were born in November, and they were married in November. So November is a very key month, but it also is Native Heritage Month, and there was already plans for exhibits for that. So I
that's
don't
in
know
the
if that would.
hallways, not in
Yeah.
the living room, so maybe.
So ideally, that would be kind of, a fun time to really highlight. As we've got the Keizer wedding socks on the front page of the Statesman.
we know.
That detailed their November wedding. So kind of piggybacking off
What was
that.
the date of the November wedding?
13th, November.
And what's their birthdays?
Pardon? The 20th. I think so.
20th? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the displays. In fact, we were going to, it was a little miscommunication, who was bringing over the panel, but some of you have seen them already that are hanging on the wall. They're just 18 by 24, I believe, was the dimensions of the four panels.
Wait a minute.
Were you able to get the packet that I think Tammy emailed her?
Yeah, the
there you
top.
Yeah, but that's not what you're talking about putting out here.
Correct. So this
they're
is
not
just a
giant.
miniature
Yeah,
one,
10 feet,
if you
it's
wanted to
okay.
see. But it's 10 by 10 it's a metal frame with a canvas that goes on, and it's a light. And I should have got a picture of what one of those looks like. But they fold all together in a carrying case, and then
There's
you
four
assemble them.
10 by 10s,
Correct.
Oh, wow.
So,
and there's lights for each one.
yeah, the lights are built in. We have not seen them assembled. Our graphic design artist, Andrew Jackson, with Ann Branding, he has put them together and made sure they work. But that was something we just didn't have the space, and we haven't had the time to do that. But we thought coming here in the Keizer living room would be a wonderful opportunity to have them displayed.
Because the Keizer Museum, we don't have any place to put them in. They're too big for us, so.
They're state capital size?
They're state capital size.
Yeah,
yes.
that was we were going for the wow factor at the Capitol
Yeah.
building. And so it would be a wow factor here. As you can see from the images, this is a image of the maquette, just a close-up. So it's piggybacking off of the Thomas Dove statue that we have outside of City Hall. So then they can come in and learn more about Thomas Dove Keizer.
So is it just the 4 panels, or is there other stuff with the display that you would want to put in the living room?
We do have a little podium that was designed with the panels, and then that, on top of that, was the photo album would sit on top of that. That was the design that was going to be at the Capitol that we could do. We're just also a little concerned, how much, public, unsupervised public might be here, and we
What
don't
was the
want.
Capitol going to do about that?
They have their info desk is right there, and the gift shop, so they have people
Watching.
there for the most part. There are other times when,
It's still a risk, but it's not, the booklet we designed is not expensive, so, worst case, it's not a loss if something happens to it.
Are
yeah.
they self-supporting or do they hang on the wall?
Yeah, how are they?
They're self-supporting.
Oh,
now.
okay, so
They're-
Is it a frame that like
Yeah, they're
pulls
metal
up?
frames that you assemble.
Okay.
On the timeline, the first 2 images at the top are a timeline, so they go together, and I think it will, like form an L, to stand together to show the timeline of the Keizer family's arrival and historic events happening in Oregon, all the way to the present day National Guard, which was formed out of the early militia of the Oregon Rangers. So we're here tonight to just ask for the space to use the living room and then find out what date works best for the city. Yeah. And
I love this idea. And I love your idea of doing it in November. It makes sense to me now. I didn't know what you meant, Robert, when you said over the holidays. I thought, what?
That was being general.
Yeah, but I get it. And last night, I spoke before the city council and asked them for money to complete the Thomas Dove Keizer display so that we could get those darn socks up. People think we have them already. And they're sitting on a shelf. They're not. We don't. So they gave us the money. And so we can finish that, and the goal was to finish it by November. And what we had talked about is having a birthday party, a Keizer birthday party on the 20th of November. That's far
their
enough.
birthday.
That's far enough before Thanksgiving, don't you think? When's Thanksgiving this year?
it's right around the 25th, 26th.
So I think this works, and I think this is a great idea. But I would be fearful of putting the podium and the notebook out there. I wouldn't want that. I just don't think we have enough supervision for that, and I would not want to be responsible for that. I think the 4 panels are great. I don't think someone's going to walk out with a 10 by 10 foot panel. But you laugh, but they could zip them down, but I don't dare do that to you.
Yeah, as I was walking in tonight and realizing, the glass windows into the office area, we could even have the podium with
On the inside?
on the inside, for during business hours, it could be available to view, but maybe.
Is that locked right now, Dawn? Oh, that could work, Tammy.
So anything that we didn't want out all the time, but it could also be viewed, a little bit through the glass.
This is so good if we had this in conjunction with the unveiling of the socks over at the museum and had that, like both of them working together. I think that's a great idea.
Actually.
I think that's going to give us a ton of exposure and bring a lot of people into Keizer. I love this.
Now that I think about the panels there, I'll have to go look again. Potentially, they could be inside with the glass protecting them.
Well,
That
let's go on a
could be
field trip.
possibility.
Let's go out and look.
Or,
The other thing I was thinking, do we have those velvet kind of barricades that
oh,
you put?
Do we have velvet barricades?
I don't know.
the
I
little
bet we
area,
could
yeah.
maybe rent them. That's a great idea.
Oh,
Or,
I don't want
I
somebody
wonder
spilling
if,
their coffee.
do you
on it.
think
theater.
Mission Mill?
Yeah, somebody could probably loan them to us for a short time.
How long do you want them up?
We were thinking 1 to 2 months.
Yeah. So like I said, when I was probably back over the holidays as like maybe November through January.
January?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that idea. Well, let's walk out there. Do you want to, guys? And just take a look and see what you're thinking.
Would you be the one to install it then?
Yeah, who is that?
Well, right now, Andrew is paid to do it one time at the Capitol, but we're gonna do a pre-setup and figure out how to do it. It's supposed to be, it's designed for conventions and things for people to take down. It's in nice little storage cases, so it's designed to go up and down.
So would Andrew install it?
He has done a practice run with it.
He has?
Yeah.
Yes.
We just haven't done it with him. So after this meeting tomorrow, I'm going to get that organized so we can start a practice setup. So, yeah.
And then we'll have more idea what it,
What we're.
Well,
but you have plenty of space, so that's, I mean.
I would like to
space
make a
won't be
motion.
Okay.
I would like to move that we recommend to Keizer City Council that we allow for a temporary art display of the Capitol History Gateway Thomas Dove Keizer display from the 1st of November through the end of January. 1st of November of 2024 through the end of January 2025. Now you need a second.
I second it.
There, Deborah's got a second.
And the official title is T.D. Keizer, A Willamette Farmer's Legacy. And that's what the city of Keizer is, part of his legacy.
Thanks. Are there any other questions? You were going to check to make sure there's no conflict of, because it's grant funded through the state, so.
Oh, you didn't check?
Oh, that was just on the press release.
Oh,
That's what, yes, we've already checked with her.
and she said that you could put them up here.
Right,
Great,
'cause that
okay.
was, we had checked with the music.
Just
A
always
little panic attack there.
I'm always putting my legal hat on. Any other questions then?
Okay, all those in favor?
Okay, all those in favor? All those in favor of, do you want me to repeat all of that? Of displaying,
Temporary art display.
thank you, a temporary art display of title, Willamette Farmer's Legacy? Is that the?
T.D. Keizer, The Willamette Farmer's Legacy.
From,
Yes, from November 1st to January 25th.
no, 31st.
31st, 2025. Say aye.
Aye,
All those opposed?
That would be 3 months?
yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
It's just sitting in a case.
I know. Let's let the people see the art.
Yes, we got this wonderful grant and that's part of the grant is to share Oregon history and Oregon's government history. So this is just a perfect fit.
So how much is too much art? That's right. No such thing.
And this isn't just art, it's history. And
Right? A win-win.
we can invite, groups and homeschool groups or anybody to come.
Well,
and-
we're already going to have a birthday party, so
Yes.
why don't we have it in the living room?
Yes.
And we should dress up, period, stuff.
Oh, there you go. It is the 180th anniversary of Thomas Dove's election as a Oregon pre-provisional legislator. So
Super.
we got a
Okay, so now Tammy, this recommendation has to move forward to the Keizer City Council. Is that you? Is that the magic dust behind the screen? Okay, great. Great,
right. Well,
thanks so much.
Great, thank you
yes,
so much.
thank you very much.
God, that's gonna be so good.
It's really going to be fun. I am really going to dress up. And
Well, then if you are, I am.
okay, I find a costume. Becca, we have you, are you
Are you coming to
presenting?
speak?
No, I'm here because I have,
Oh,
in August, and so I just wanted to come because I was curious to see how everything operated, and I was, so please show up, because I am very interested, in the Public Art Commission, but
Yay.
we have some really important stuff with Ron to build on at this next board meeting, and we only need
okay.
Oh, great.
So what do you think?
Good news.
Oh, good. Well, we don't always have 3 Tammys, so don't get your hat set on that.
Okay, next, fourth on the agenda, we have the gallery display schedule. It looks like the first item is August through September is the Iris Festival Keizer Fest Art. Motion was made in, what, really? July 26, 22, meeting for an annual gallery display.
Yeah,
Okay, what discussion do we have on that?
I don't. I think that's just information, right?
Oh,
Okay.
good, okay. And then, yeah,
Oh, crap. I was supposed to get you guys those. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll get that to you. I will send you. You know what, Tammy? I mean, Tammy. Oh, my God. For God's sake. Dawn, that is how I have all of the murals on my phone. There are 50-something of them. How am I going to send that to you? Because it's,
do you have Dropbox? Something like that?
do you? No, I can send it to you, but can your email take 50 images? Okay.
Just download Dropbox, and then you upload the
Okay.
files into that.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
send her the link. And then
Okay.
she says yes and downloads it. And I don't know if there's a cost associated
Okay,
with it.
you'll have to tell me that again. But okay, I can do that. I'll do that, and then, well, then how are they going to get them?
And, yeah, all of us. You can actually send the link to all of us, and we can look at them.
And
So
then we
we'll
just
all
look
get
at it in
Dropbox? We'll all get Dropbox. Okay, okay.
The link to her Dropbox. Yeah.
The link to your Dropbox,
Your Dropbox.
my Dropbox.
Your Dropbox, because
I'm
that's where you're
getting
gonna
I'm
upload.
making my own Dropbox.
Yes.
Okay. Really, do I need another app on my phone? I'm not sure.
I think the first 30 days is free if you want to
Yeah, yeah, I think
register.
that's what it is.
Ay vey.
Catherine can help you.
Okay, but yeah, seriously. But Dawn, you don't have that? Like I can't send it to you? I don't want another app.
They're super high resolution. You're talking like 30 megabytes or something. I mean, they're monstrous, huge, I bet. I'm guessing.
They're big.
How-
I can send you 1,000,000 emails, like 10 at a time.
If you could upload them to your computer, then throw them on a thumb drive, and then I can give you a thumb drive.
You don't have to give me a thumb drive. Again, I have
Okay.
multiple. Everybody else is handing you a thumb drive. Okay, I will try to do that. That will be my goal this week, to upload them to my computer, to put them on a thumb drive, hand you the thumb. How are they going to get them?
I could put them on the website. If I have enough time, it's going to take a long time. to get
Or
those
could
up.
you copy that thumb drive?
Yeah, I can make,
So I give you one and you could copy it. They could,
Yes.
then they'll have it. And then they can pick out which ones. And I can tell you the ones that we already have. So we already have 10 or maybe 11. And so we were going to pick another 10 and pay money for them. They cost approximately $100 to print each, like a 8 by 8 by 8 feet by
Well, that's
8.
monstrous.
Or
Do we need
8
them that
feet.
big?
They're big.
How
They're
about, like,
fabulous, you
4
guys.
feet by 4 feet.
Well, that'll look crappy. These are full size. I mean, these are the size that are at the Shamawa Indian School. You know what?
We'll just
When's our
use-
next meeting, Dawn?
September.
Field trip?
I'm going to bring them over.
Oh, wow.
They're rolled up.
September 17th.
Okay, September 17th. By September 17th, I'm going to bring the 10 that we have and show you how cool they are.
Okay, great.
Prepare, and we should invite Dan Collingham to say, how are we going to hang these?
Just to follow up, that's for all
November.
of October and all of November. So while we're having that
Oh, crap.
birthday party, we can kind of send them down the hallway too.
It's October, November?
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Ooh, I hope I have my you-know-what together. Okay.
That'll be great because I think
would
that
be
is
great.
Native American Heritage Month is November.
Yeah.
From what I recall.
Yeah.
And so maybe we could combine that event and have that
No, I love this. I love that this is becoming a thing.
Me too.
All right, I love it. Okay.
Okay, and then December, January, we're having the Mid-Valley Quilt Guild. You remind me how we accept those quilts and what that process looks like?
We get pictures,
Okay. all
but we
right,
don't need them yet.
Okay.
Right.
And they've done it before.
Yeah. they were
That's the
lovely.
only one that we had, that's the only art we had damaged. They made their art quilts, and so they made this nest, and you know how birds will pick up all kinds of little trinkety things? She had the cutest stuff in there, all these little trinkets, and some jerk stole some of the trinkets. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like our display schedule's good. Grant efforts, I don't know.
We're not doing
Do we
anything
have
right
any?
now.
Okay. And we already reviewed the Arts Commission budget for 2024, 2025.
Correct?
Is there any new business? And,
We need a motion
oh, thank you.
Wait, we need a motion for what?
for the, you know, where we're displaying the art that we.
Oh, yeah. Is that on here?
Well, it's in red on this piece of paper.
Where are you at?
Okay, I would move,
I don't have that.
yes, well, here.
Right there. You got it.
I would make,
Right at the top.
I would move that we
Oh,
place the art pieces that we agreed to purchase in the following locations. The Joel Nickel pieces, which there are 3, Unity and Diversity, Rise and Shine, and Move Out of the Box, will all be on the second panel, which is the middle panel, on the east wall of council chambers.
okay. What?
Which means that
She's writing that down.
the dogs will be moved over.
Hold on just a second.
Oh, sorry.
Say when, Dawn.
When?
Okay, the 4 dogs that are currently there will be moved to the first panel, 2 on either side of the art that is already there on the east wall.
Okay, so the 4 dogs would be moved to the first panel.
On the east wall,
The
2 on either side of the existing art piece.
okay.
The Enchanted Forest into the Gary Hestals and Deborah Cisco, those 4 are going to go with the Seasons picture that's already in the main hall just inside the main entry. And they will go one on north, south, east, and west of that photo, or of that artwork that's already there. And we need a second. That's, thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that,
Was it Maryland?
It was Maryland, yeah.
then discussion? It doesn't say that here. Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we display the recently purchased artwork.
As denoted in the motion.
Okay, as denoted in the motion, thank you.
Now, any discussion? Got it all right? Okay, now call for the question. All those in favor?
Oh, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
There.
Yay, thank you. Good grief. Okay, next on the,
Mayor Clark's
thank you, Deborah, for reminding me of that.
that's a way to connect urban.
Okay, then other business. Okay, there was some discussion a few months back. Mayor Clark suggested a way to connect with urban artists. Did we do any follow-up on that? So this was concerning some graffiti street art displays around the skate park. So this coincides with what you 2 ladies were talking about.
I don't believe I don't know that anyone did.
So first we had
I don't know that.
Robert,
Yes, might have.
no, we had the 2 of them here, Ramiro and there was a woman here
Yeah.
too that just,
Yeah. That's right. Who? Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
this is the.
oh, Navarro, sorry, I said Navarro.
No, that's his name. I think his name is Ramiro Navarro, but Nevaeh is a separate person.
Oh, okay. All right, we need to just follow up then with them. I bet we could find their phone numbers on the attendance.
Yes, I have Nevaeh's, and I believe that the other person you're speaking of did not give a phone number, and I'm not even sure he left an email address, but I think Nevaeh may have that. So I'll look into that and then I'll get it to you.
So Kat, you're gonna follow up?
Okay, thank you.
I can follow up on that.
Did you do draft comments on the strategic plan?
I have not, but I'm going to assign that. So
Uh-oh,
I haven't done any draft comments, but I think it's really important that we are represented in this.
Okay.
So tell me if this is reasonable. If each of us develop 3 ways that the KPAC would align and support the strategic goals outlined in the strategic plan. For example,
Oh, good.
I'm just going to pull this out of my hat. What is,
It's past page 23. It's way at the end.
okay, so the goals are on page 24 and 22, 24, I'm sorry.
Oh, here they are. Here's the goals. 22.
Oh, okay. Or do we want to just do it now, or do you want some
Oh,
time
God,
to think
no.
about it? Okay. All right, so the first goal we tie in very closely with, and I think that's one of the reasons we are created, is to promote a safe, healthy, and attractive community to preserve the quality of life for all. So how can we, I would like to have statements from us saying KPAC supports an attractive community through,
Okay, how about this? So there are 6 goals, right?
okay.
Is that
Oh,
right?
you're going to assign them, okay.
No, I'm not.
No, oh, okay.
I'm gonna say, yeah, there's 6. Why don't each of us write one statement for each goal? That's 6 sentences that each of us would have to do. That seems fair to me. Now, there might be some duplicative effort, but regardless, I think that I think that's enough that we can bite, that's a bite-sized thing.
Yeah.
Is that fair, ladies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Homework.
So one sentence for each goal on page 22 to come back in September.
Okay.
Okay, great. How's that, Kat?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really important. I think
Okay.
as we're sort of developing our team
Okay.
cohesion. Okay, I don't know what this artist for murals,
What? Wait, where did,
C on the bottom there?
what is Artists for Murals, Chair Thorson? Oh, no, what is that? We don't know what it is, Dawn.
I don't remember exactly. I thought the chair was looking into the artist for murals, and did that have to do with that church?
Oh, yeah, we can strike that.
Okay,
Off
that
that-
did not work out.
I was looking into, and I haven't followed up yet on the Native American.
That's what I was wondering if what it was. Okay.
Okay, and then I do not have any updates on the artwork brochure because I
That's
haven't
fine.
finished it, but I will continue to work on that, so.
Here's the deal, you're a volunteer. Do it when you can.
Okay.
And don't feel bad about it. And know we love every minute you give us.
Oh, thank you. It's a struggle sometimes.
I know, I get it. That's why I'm loving the volunteers, man.
Really good here.
Oh, that's in the chamber guide.
Who did that?
Well, I think it's old.
And it's there.
They've got, I just got another complaint on the eagle again about the white head. Did we decide, we don't care that it has a white head. Did we decide that? Because he said it was a young eagle and they don't get
Yes.
white heads until they're 2 years old.
Exactly.
So we're accepting that. Is that correct?
Well, they were saying they were gonna give it back to the person that was making the complaint that they need to do a survey of other people that would feel the same.
No, that's the name change.
Well, that probably has something to do with that too, which, we'll put it back on them instead of us having.
Okay, that's
This is
Jonathan.
Fantastic, very good.
Yeah.
Do you want that?
I have
Yeah.
that at home.
Oh, okay.
It's sitting on my coffee
Deborah,
table.
you're giving the report.
Yes, and Deborah's reporting council meeting on the August 5th.
I am.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I reporting?
Dawn will send you the minutes, and you'll say, here's what we did at our last meeting, and you'll
Okay.
talk about everything that.
And they'll ask you a bunch of questions, and you'll hope Laura's there, because
I'll be there.
I was like, what? I don't know that.
Yeah.
So then I went home feeling like I didn't.
Oh, Tad, don't feel that way. If you were my age and had been around as long, then you'd feel bad, but you're not. You're doing great.
Yeah, I don't know the guy from the wheat program.
Yeah.
This
Have you not lived in
sweeper?
Keizer for 35
Nope.
years? Well, what's wrong with you?
Okay, let's go home and have
Okay, great.
dinner.
Let's do.
All right, do we need to do anything else?
No,
Just adjourn the meeting?
right? We're good, right, Dawn? You guys,
7:06.
of everything that happened tonight, I think really good things happened in this meeting.
Things are, I'm energized,
Okay, good.
and I hope that, that
I
you
think
are.
we need 3 Tammys at every meeting.
Adjourn.
They did a really good job. Okay.
I like it when you
Paisley,
sit next to me and coach me. That's good.
well, I hope